What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Smarter? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. Make your next thing a big one. Also, if you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. Also, while you're out there on the interwebs, add me on Spotify and like, subscribe, share, do all that kind of stuff. Comment. Now, on with the show. Today on the program, interesting facts. Did you know the oceans are becoming greener? I like the ocean. I'm a fan of the ocean. Why are they becoming greener? Climate change isn't just raising the temperatures of the world's oceans. It's also changing their color. As the oceans absorb the excess heat generated by greenhouse gases, that heat is altering the aquatic life in their waters. New research published in Nature in 2023 shows that the familiar blue hue of the oceans has been steadily transforming over the past 20 years into a greener shade, especially in the tropical and subtropical areas of the world. Hey, that's where I'm from. The color of the oceans is dependent on a variety of factors, but one key is the light absorption of H2O. Water usually readily absorbs longer wavelengths of light, red, yellow, and green, and scatters blue. However, a concentration of marine life can cause emerald waters. The newly green hue detected by the 2023 research likely reflects a change in the ocean's phytoplankton, the algae responsible for 70% of the world's oxygen, and which also provides the foundation for the marine food web. The food web. Scientists monitored the ocean color using NASA's Aqua satellite and found marked shifts toward green in about 56% of the world's oceans between 2002 and 2022. Statistical simulations showed that added greenhouse gases are to blame, although it's not exactly clear how, since areas that warmed the most at the surface weren't the ones that turned green the most. Some scientists theorize that with the change, they may have to do with the reduced mixing in the layers of ocean water caused by the heat, which limits the nutrients that rise to the surface and consequently affects the types of plankton that can survive. But don't go color correcting your photos just yet. While satellites can detect the change in ocean hue, the change is slight enough that most humans probably wouldn't notice the difference. Here's a little bit more tidbits of information. Percent of the Earth that's covered by oceans, 71%. Maximum ocean depth in feet found at the Pacific's Ocean's Mariana Trench, 36,201 feet deep. How about that? Estimated number of phytoplankton species in the world's oceans, 20,000. Episode of The Muppet Show in which Kermit sings "It's Not Easy to Be Green." It's episode 219. Check that out. Didn't expect the Muppet Show to show up on this episode, did you? A little bit more information just for you. Human eyes are most sensitive to the color green. Human eyes can only perceive a small fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum, the visible spectrum, which excludes things like radio waves, X-rays, infrared, ultraviolet, and the very dangerous gamma rays. Stretches from around 380 nanometers, nm, to about 740 nm. Glimpse a rainbow or recite the elementary school acronym Roy G. Biv, and you'll notice that green lies right in the middle of our visual sweet spot. The color occupies around 520 to 565 nm. And the light sensitivity of the human eye in daytime peaks at around 565 nm, which is a green that's close to yellow. Because of this advantageous middle of the road placement, the human eye can discern more shades of green than any other color. This, since seeing green is also less of a strain on our visual system, the color positively affects our mood. Essentially, our nervous system gets to relax. Green's innate ability to placate and pacify is one reason the hue can often be found in places of healing, especially hospitals. How about that? I got Radio What? The logo is green. I got a little green in there. I like that. Well, the oceans are becoming greener. Doesn't sound like a good thing to me. All right. I'll do my best to not pollute. We humans, we definitely pollute. Garbage, the garbage can, the garbage bag in my kitchen fills up so much. I know. Here's another guy that probably you probably didn't expect to appear on this episode. Ed Begley Jr. famously is a conservationist, and he rides his bike to work a lot. And he was on a bet 1 week's worth of garbage could fit in his glove compartment. Yeah, he had to shove it in a little bit, but 1 week full of garbage was in his glove compartment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Even if you had to push a little bit. Hey, that's good on you, Ed Begley Jr. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Smarter. If you'd like to tell your story or hear the stories of others, I encourage you to check out my other podcast. It's called What Makes You Famous. Find it everywhere using the hashtag What Makes You Famous. That's it for this episode of What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.